I stand at the graveside of Barbara. I'm standing the most important person in my whole life is my eternal companion. She is my treasure. You come to a gravesite of a loved one, and then you start to think about everything that they mean to you in your life. I miss her, and I know she's waiting for me. One of the great and most important experiences in my life was kneeling in the Salt Lake Temple and holding the hand of Barbara Bowen and Harold B. Lee, performed our marriage and sealed us as husband and wife for time and all eternity. That was a moment that's as clear to me today as if it happened yesterday. And I see her face and almost sometimes feel like I can touch her hand again. I'm sitting here in this marvelous and wonderful building. I sit here as a great-great-grandson of Hiram Smith, who is the one that dug the first footings to build the Kirtland Temple. In this temple came then the restoration of the fullness of the eternal blessings of temple worship, of the sealing power of the holy priesthood. If we ever lose sight of our forefathers and those who made it possible for us to have what we have, we will have lost something that's irreplaceable. Just knowing that Barbara and I knelt at an altar and held hands, and by the power of the priesthood, we were married and sealed one to another for time and all eternity. That has been such a great sense of comfort to me. She is mine and I am hers, and she's waiting for me, and I miss her terribly. When you stop and think about what we have when we come into the temple, and we think about sealing, power of the priesthood, binding families together forever, it is a very comforting thing for me. This is the room in which Joseph and Hiram were when the mob was seeking out Joseph. They were wanting to kill him. When you're in this room, in a lot of ways, I think we're on sacred grounds. And so when I'm in this room and realize that my great-great-grandfather was holding the door, it filled the floor here, declaring I'm a dead man, and died here. And Joseph jumped out of the window and died on the ground out here. It's touching. I think it's a wonderful thing when people have a sense of wanting to know who they are. Family history is just, who am I? What makes me M. Russell Ballard? Well, my mother and my father. So I ought to know and want to know all I can about my father and his family. And I want to know all I can about my mother and her family, so I know who I am. and where I come from. I think it's very important for people to seek out and know what they can about those who laid the groundwork for them to have what they have in their lives. It's a wonderful thing to know about your forefathers, many of which paid a big price for our personal existence in this world. I hope when I die, there'll be a few over there that'll say thank you for maybe a little good I did along the way. That's what I'm trying to do, is just to help where I can.